Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So a pleasant surprise right here. Looks like DOKKANFEST Master Roshi is going to be coming to Global Dokkan. Now, let me just quickly say that Global and JP are synced, right? So the next DOKKANFEST banner for JP is probably going to be on the 31st or the 30th. It's going to be one of these 2 days. Halloween DOKKANFEST. Global will be getting that exact Halloween DOKKANFEST and banner at the exact same time as JP. Roshi is just going to function as an extra banner, is all this is. I can quickly tell you guys right away, easy skip. Easy skip. I don't need to go into it that much deeper than that. I mean, I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth, but just quick at the start of the video here. Roshi is nothing but a nice, good support type character who could hold his own slot 2, but he's nothing special. He's a heavily restricted character, right? Needing lots of Peppy Gal characters, Bulma, Turtle School characters. This is just an easy skip, in my opinion. I think it's important to understand that all players could probably skip most of the rest of the year, and you will not regret it very likely once 10th anniversary comes around. We'll see, but I would say, like, if you are someone who will not summon for the rest of 2024, I bet you there's a really good chance you will not regret that. Just skipping all of 2024. So, all right, again, this is going to be coming. Now, Global and JP are going to be getting a maintenance, so we're going to be getting a data download. Keep in mind that the version Z extra tutorial stuff is dropping this week. I think that LR version Z Goku, we could see him getting an EZA, and we know that the Z fighters from the Saiyan Saga are going to be getting free-to-play characters as well. For JP, that's all I'm expecting. I've seen some people talking about a major EZA. I don't see it. As far as I'm aware, no monthly celebration has ever had like a major part 2 EZA. They just don't do that. I'm not talking about something like, I don't know, Golden Week or like a major celebration. Some people have pointed out December, like last year, we had Android 21, and then for kind of the Christmas celebration, Android 13 EZA'd, but that's a little bit different. It's a carnival celebration, and the Christmas celebration is an entirely separate celebration. So I don't foresee an EZA. I think it's just going to be the free-to-play stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Vegeta and Goku or something like that does EZA. Global might get Videl, but like a new Namek Saga EZA or something like that, I don't see it, right? If anything, it would be the LR Saiyan Saga version Z Goku. So here's the actual campaign. I don't know what they're going to do with this. And then this might be here too. So I've got the 3 banners pulled up. Here's Roshi's banner. Here's the Peppy Gal banner. And then here's this. Now, again, remember, we are synced. Global is going to be getting the same DOKKANFEST banner that JP is going to be getting on Halloween. So, I mean, they're not really going to have time to slide in this super fast. But, I mean, I guess they could do, like, a banner a week. So, Roshi would drop on, like, the 23rd or something like that. Again, probably the next DOKKANFEST after be, like, the 31st or the 30th. Then maybe Global could get, like, the Peppy Gal banner, like, maybe, like, in this range. I think on this range, Global could easily get this one. I mean, this is worthless. I mean, I would highly encourage skipping this anyway. It's just a banner where you could do a multi, and you get a Dokkan Awakened character at the end. I mean, it is a fodder trash man banner. You don't want to summon on that. And then this week is probably going to be Heroes stuff. Heroes was confirmed that it is going to be coming. So, all right, let's go through. So we have that. Just missions, campaign. This, kind of just like category banner, which is worthless. Roshi's Dokkan event, the, normal support medal campaign. This is already on Global. We'll talk about this. This is huge because one of the big 4 fights is in this. So hopefully they just drop this right away and they don't, do bullshit here like they did with the Turn Out a Power Supreme Magnificent Battle where only half of it is on Global. Hopefully they don't do that shit. Battlefields were caught up, so that's irrelevant. We're caught up in all this stuff. There is the Videl EZA and the Peppy Gal sub EZAs. I've got them pulled up right there. I do think Global hasn't gotten this yet, right? That's the Nimbus Cloud support memory that got buffed. World tournaments were obviously caught up. Patons. Yeah, there's very little in here that isn't on Global Dokkan. Okay. So again, Roshi is a good character. He's a support. I recently did a tier list here. My thoughts here are still pretty close. I do think that, I mean, Topo, you could probably move back a little bit. I don't think I would put Topo behind Dragon Fist and Hirudegarn, but maybe if you really wanted, you could get Vegeta, or, Roshi to 4 and Vegeta to 5. I do think Roshi feels a little stronger than Vegeta to me, just with the way Roshi is set up. I do think I like Roshi better with his direct support and stuff like that. Although, keep in mind, Roshi is heavily restricted, whereas Vegeta has, like, no restrictions whatsoever. I know a lot of people out there, that does matter to them quite a bit. Roshi comes with this banner unit, this Bunny Bulma character who is very good. She is a very strong support type character. She also creates rainbow orbs. She's got a ton of dodge as well. She's just a pretty good character. The only thing you'll find about running Roshi's team is Roshi's team is a team of dodge or die characters, right? You don't have like a Tech Carnival Broly on the team. You don't have an LR Beast Gohan type on the team. It's just like Roshi, who sits in like slot 2 and slot 3, and then a bunch of like, UI Goku characters, Bulma characters, maybe Videl characters like that who can dodge. That's what you're relying on. So there's that. And again, Bunny Bulma, she's pretty good. Here's Videl. Videl is a strong EZA, but, I mean, she is a little bit redundant with the rest of the Roshi team. I mean, she will, kind of act like, some of these UI Gokus or something like that. Videl's fine as long as she's dodging. If she isn't dodging, though, she can really get crushed and take a lot of damage. I think that she's an effective character, but I haven't really found too much use out of her lately, but I mean, she's definitely strong. I mean, we can come down to a very simple metric. Is she good or bad? She's good, right? Like, if you would just go down to that simple thing, good or bad, she's good. Now, then we get these Peppy Gal characters. Again, I don't think that these are probably going to come right away. I mean, best case scenario, they would. I mean, Global just drops all of this shit at the same time, would be the best thing that they could do. But I don't think they're probably going to spread it out a little bit throughout the next month. Remember, November typically is the most dead month of the year for Dokkan. I mean, Global players, we're, all in this together, so you guys are going to start to feel that. But they could easily drop this stuff and, Jiren, the last kind of like remaining content and things like that Global doesn't have that's shared, and it could at least make November feel not quite so bad, at least from a Global perspective, which could be good. It could be good. Now, Kawaii, not really too high on her. It's like she does a lot, but it just feels really rather pointless to me. I mean, I think she could be good in Battlefield, perhaps, against like Battlefield Metal Cooler. I do like Peppy Gals against Battlefield Metal Cooler. I mean, that's kind of like my favorite way to do that fight at the moment. But she doesn't really have a ton of teams. I mean, she's not going to make the Universal Survival Saga team or tournament participants. So it's like she's kind of just on like Peppy Gals. Like, I don't know. Kawaii's not the craziest. Now, Margarita, I do like her quite a bit. She's very helpful for that Universe 11 mission in the Goku and Frieza fight, which is very obnoxious. But again, she can help quite a bit in that uber annoying fight. She's capable of giving huge support, damage reduction support. She's got a lot of dodge. She's an orb changer. Like, she just has a lot of abilities. Seal, debuff. She can get the job done. I like her. I like Margarita quite a bit. Kakat is another really good character. Scouter, strong, tanky, just a very effective character. Again, another nice addition to that Universe 11 team. Kakat can work super well in conjunction with like Standby Jiren, who, remember, has 100% damage reduction. So, you know, you could see where the super attack is and put a character with 100% damage reduction in front of it thanks to Kakat. So that could be a nice little option you could have right there. I like Mai quite a bit, but again, she's very similar to like Bunny Bulma. They're very close. I mean, she's a big time support type character that dodges. So it's like Mai is gonna feel like, you know, we've seen a bunch of characters like this. I do like her kit. I do like what they gave her, though. You know, just a bunch of dodge, a bunch of support is certainly good for a banner character. Yeah. So that covers pretty much all that. Here's Roshi's Banner. Haha, yeah. I mean, guys, skip. Yeah. The only characters I really find myself using, Roshi, Bunny Bulma, and then, of course, you know, I do use Videl and Topo here and there, but this is definitely not, like, any type of must summon or anything like that. This is an easy skip. Like, I think that the pity being introduced in a Dokkan is huge, and I do think it's very good for free-to-play players. Very good. But the thing you guys gotta understand is you're not just trying to waste every single goddamn stone you get on every single shitty banner that drops. I mean, I know people want to say, well, don't tell me what to do, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, remember, this is a toxic gacha game, which wants you to get frustrated and spend money to pull the characters. You need to outsmart the game and not summon like crazy willy-nilly on all these banners like this. You gotta outsmart the game. You gotta be a step ahead. So, I would plead with you guys to skip this banner. Then here's the Peppy Gal one. All right, so this is what it looks like. Again, this is also another easy skip. I mean, Kakat and Mai are definitely very, very solid characters, but there's no way I could recommend summoning for this. Definitely not. And then, obviously, this is just some throwaway shit banner you want to skip. Which finally takes us to this. Hopefully, Dokkan does not pull Shenanigans and not drop these. This is, I mean, people are so adamant. Like, these are, you know, essentially gimmick fights, right? A lot of these fights have kind of like special mechanics. Some of these fights have bosses that are basically untankable, like the launch fight, the Mai fight. Those two fights that have a boss super attack that literally any character outside of 100% damage reduction gets insta-killed because the bosses are supering for 900 million. As you guys can see right here. Launch supers for 900 million damage. So outside of having literally 100% damage reduction, you are not tanking Launch's super, right? So it's got like a lot of kind of like weirdo fights that are kind of structured in very, very odd fashions, right? And then this takes us to the last fight, Bulma, which I consider as one of the big four fights right now. I think that this Bulma fight is important because judging by the way Dokkan has been operating with giving bosses just straight up passives these days and stuff like that, I foresee a lot of these toxic mechanics from this Bulma fight showing up in Supreme Magnificent Battle fights and Red Zone fights moving forward. This is something we have seen with some of these mechanics from this Bulma fight already being in some of these other fights. By the way, there are missions. These are rather annoying missions, too. These Peppy Gal missions in a lot of these stages are a real pain in the ass. And then also, the clear with Master Roshi on your team is also a pain in the ass. Now, I mean, I would, for most players, I would guess I'd recommend LR Master Roshi probably would be your best bet. Because remember, it's just Master Roshi. Not like a character with the name Master Roshi or anything like that. So let's look at the full list of characters you could use. But free-to-play LR Roshi is probably who you're going to want to go with. If you don't have the new summonable Roshi, which I would highly recommend you guys don't go for. Yeah. LR Roshi is who you're going to want to go with. So there's a bunch of those missions, Peppy Gal missions, and then a couple of the stages, you know, do want you to use Roshi on it as well. Now, Bulma is a very tough fight because this first phase, you have to collect 12 rainbow orbs or you get an immediate game over. Then the second phase, this lasts for 3 turns, but as soon as you kill her, you do move on to the next phase. But she has 90% damage reduction, so you're not likely to kill her. She will be lowering your ki by 9 during this portion. And during that part, you need to super attack 4 times per turn. In my opinion, I've found this to be the most annoying aspect of this fight. Because, you know, your ki is getting lowered by 9, and you need to super attack 4 times. There are very elite characters. In my experience, the 9th anniversary Part 1 LRs, Broly and Gogeta, really are 2 of the better characters in the game for this fight. Gogeta, Blue Gogeta might be the single best character in the game for this fight. Blue Gogeta. And then, obviously, Tech Gogeta is purely dominant in this fight as well. So you have to go through that, right? Supering 4 times every turn. Then you get to Tech Bulma. Tech Bulma, quite honestly, when you're going to be fighting her turn 6, turn 7, she's just a very weak boss, period. 1.9 million, I mean, plus this 10% when she supers. That's pathetic, considering it's turn 6, turn 7. Gogeta supers for 4 million on turn 1, right? So this is a pathetic boss. The finishing blow on this Tech Bulma determines if you get this very strong boss or the Dark God of the game. Ridiculous insanity bullshit boss right here. Her damage is so obscene, but one thing you can do throughout every phase of this fight is you can debuff her. You can. Debuffing is allowed in every single phase right here. But, I mean, the boss still attacks before you do. So you get smartasses who say, you just stutter. Well, yeah, if she doesn't blow you into hell first, because bosses dictate the pace. Bosses choose if they're going to attack first. The bosses choose if they're going to super attack first. I have not been able to one-shot her before with the Family Kamehameha. I'm sure it's not going to be, it's probably not that tough to do. But I think in my Family Kamehameha long video, I think we tagged her with the Family Kamehameha for about 140 million damage. I mean, as you guys can see, she has 180 million, so there's that. Again, Blue Gogeta, 9th anniversary Blue Gogeta, probably the best character for this fight overall, because he's a Rainbow Orb changer for the initial phase. That Gogeta has plenty of guaranteed additional supers, so that'll help you with this phase. And then you'll easily, without trying, have his active skill up for the Dark God of the game, Bulma. I mean, on her second turn, she has 200%. I mean, she's basically supering you for 6 million. Her normals are basically like 3 million normals. Like, it gets ridiculous how hard she hits, but you can debuff her. So, there we go. That covers basically everything in terms of the page froze. Okay, good. Glad I could buy a $5,000 PC just so my browsers don't work. That's good. All right, we're back. Anyway, whatever. Okay, Roshi coming to global soon. Let me know what you guys think. I would highly encourage you don't summon. The only reason you need them, I guess, is for that mission. It's a mission on a couple of different stages. I do have these videos if you guys want to go in the lab and see how I did all these fights. I make playlists for these events for a reason. Where's Exciting Heroine Battle? Here it is right here. So in here, we have got all the different, times I fought Bulma and all these different bosses, their annoying mechanics. Right, as we could see, these videos start to get longer and longer until you get to Mai and Bulma, which were annoying as hell. The Mai fight in particular really sucks with Peppy Gals. Mai is pretty easy if you just use like a Universal Survival Saga team or something like that. But that Peppy Gal mission for the Mai fight is pretty annoying. Because Mai can't be debuffed and she cancels dodge. And it's really, she completely counters Peppy Gal characters, right? Who are all about debuffs and dodging. So it's annoying, but whatever. All right, let me know what you guys think. Roshi Celebration coming to global.